I've still not really recovered from last year and how close we were to a potential cup final. And the winter's drawing in, which is putting me in a bad mood. The hoodie is on. I'm chilly. But it's been a busy window, as always. I think we've improved. Just a tad. We're getting there. And that's what back-to-back top half finishes in the Premier League will do to you. It gives you a false sense of achievement, a false sense of hope. Hopefully it won't be that this year and we will actually maybe kick on that extra step. But we will find out today because it is the start of Season 5, everybody, with Brentford. 2 back-to-back top half finishes is not a bad way to start your Premier League career. And of course today we'll be having our first game of the season, although it's not actually the first game of the season, it's just the first game I've recorded this season. We're actually 5 games in. And that will be against Chelsea. But before that, it is, as always, the transfer special. But this time I've gone very much quality over quantity. But there's still a lot of people that have come in. And you've seen from the thumbnail, it's changed, which means that our main man, Bryan Mbeumo, he is gone. He has left. I say main man, he barely featured for the last few years. 40 goals and 142 Brentford appearances. He was a very, very good player for me. But if we're going to reach that next level, I think maybe I need someone of the ilk of Harvey Elliott that's going to take us there. But Mbeumo, I wanted to keep him, but Mönchengladbach came calling. They gave me £23 million and I could not say no. He spent 4 seasons here at Brentford. Actually, I think it might be 5. No, it is 4. 5. No, it's 5. He spent 5 years here at Brentford. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel. Hollow, I think, would be the way I'm feeling. Obviously, it's going to be better for his career going away to Mönchengladbach, but I feel like I've lost a friend. He was the big sale of the summer, but we did bring in a lot of money elsewhere. I believe we brought in £73 million. I just had to check it off the screen. So we've obviously spent a lot of money. Facundo Torres has gone. A player who started off his career brilliantly with Brentford, got 8 goals in his first 10 games. You can see here, he got 9 in 36 appearances in the league. So you can tell it never really caught fire after that. I think it was time to let him go. And of course, we did make a profit on him. I bought him for a modest £5 million, sold him on for 15, so a good bit of profit there. The same cannot be said in terms of profit for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I sold him for £12.75 million. I bought him for £12.75 million. I have an unhealthy love affair with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but he's just not very good. It's past that peak now. He's never going to be as good as I want him to be. He's a good player, but not good enough. Pietro Pellegrini has also gone, bought him in on a free, sold him for a whopping £11.25 million. Had a very good kind of spell away in Antwerp and Club Brugge, but with some of the additions I've made over the summer, the fact we're only playing one striker officially, did not need him, and don't think he's ever going to quite be at our level. We'll see though how he plays at PSV, because that's a bit of a step up. Brian Brobby has gone for £4 million. That was a that was a mistake. Bought him from £8 million from Celtic. I mucked up on that one. Dropped the ball, my bad. And we made a big profit on Maicon Washington, who was a player I obviously only bought in last year as one for the future. Bought him for £2.5 million, sold him for £6 million. He had a very underwhelming season at Bristol Rovers. He didn't quite develop as I hoped he would. Even though he's 19 years old, I don't see enough in there to make me think he's going to get up towards the Harvey Elliott's of this world on that right-hand side. So £6 million to Brian, I think, is a fair trade. I've let him go. So with the sales out of the way and bringing in such a vast amount of money, you might be wondering how much I spent. Not as much as you might think, around about the same. If anything, I've gained a little bit more this year, and that's because I've spent wisely. Big where I've needed to, wisely everywhere else. There's been a lot of development for future players, including the procurement of Ian Meral. Now, he has come in on loan from Borussia Dortmund. He had a very good time at Borussia Dortmund too. He's played pretty well, to be fair, so far. In some of the kind of games like the Papa John's Trophy and everything that he's been invited to. Can play pretty much as a centre-back. That's normally where he's going to be. Young German, 6'1". Got him on a free. Leadership of 15, determination of 19, where he stands out. He's got pretty decent technicals where he needs to. Could be a very good player. And this is one I think that could be a very good signing as well. Another free, which is that of your Arheen. And he got brought in for free. Canadian 19-year-old forward, already internationally capped. He's got 4 goals. 4 caps, 2 goals. He's already scored 4 goals for Inter Miami as well in their little campaign, which is where he's on loan at the moment in the MLS. You can tell here, though, a lot to quite like about him. He's not too small and he's not too stocky, but he's just about right. Strength could use a bit of work, but he's physically growing. You can tell his acceleration, etc. is probably going to go up. Mentally, he's very good at this level, but technically, he's really excels. So dribbling 15, 16 first touch, 15 heading are all very good. Passing at 13 as well is very good. To get him on a free, pretty happy. But the biggest one the kid's signing, and best bargain potentially of the window, is that of Aldair de la Cruz, or Aldair de la Cruz. Wow, okay. 6'4", 19-year-old, Mexican, international, physically, just insane. Mentally, insane. He's so good. Leadership can probably go up. That will go up as he gets older. Everything else around him is amazing. Technically, he's good where he needs to. He's good at marking. He's good at tackling. He's just... Yes. He's so good. How much did I buy a player this good for, you may ask? £1.7 million from Leon in Mexico. His average ratings haven't been particularly that good, but I think that's because he's playing at a lower standard of player. Here he is going to grow, he's going to excel, he is going to get better, he's going to learn from some very good footballers. If I can just get his positioning sorted out, and maybe a bit more in the way of passing, etc., this guy could be incredible. Like a really incredible defender. He can play anywhere across the back as well. It's amazing. Next in is now a bit of South American flair in Marcos Tormen. He could be up as good as 5 stars. He's 19-year-old Brazilian. Not capped yet, but he's got some under 20 caps. Very good player. Mentally very good. Physically obviously excellent. He's very strong for a fullback. Could probably do a little bit better going forward. He's more of a defensive-minded player. I look at him as a kind of like Brazilian Wan-Bissaka. Nowhere near as good going forward. His technique is 15, so the potential is there. But it's just everything else about him is going to be brilliant. Vlad Soufal is probably coming towards the end of his time here at Brentford. He's complaining a lot. He's obviously getting on a bit. This guy, along with Ross McCrory, are going to be battling out for my right midfield, my right back position. This guy at the moment is head of the queue. And it's yet more Brazilians. In comes Danilo. Now, Danilo is not the right back and everything we know from City and Juventus, but he is the central midfielder who has always gone a little bit under the radar of Football Manager. He's made an absolutely sensational start so far to his career with us. Physically, he's pretty decent. Natural fitness is pretty bad at 7. That needs to be better. But he's a great defensive midfielder and something that I've definitely needed. Someone's a bit more defensive-minded than Samare is going to mop up Reed's danger. His mental attributes are excellent for a 23-year-old. And technically, he's very good as well. He could be crucial to any efforts I have this year because he's the first real defensive-minded midfielder I own. We've only got a few more to go, but I thought bringing in some kind of British contingent would be good. And with that in mind, I brought in Dean Martin from Rangers. He's an out-and-out forward, really, but he can play on that right wing. He's physically very good. He's 6 foot. Strength could use a little bit of work, but he's pretty quick, pretty balanced, pretty agile. Got good stamina. Mentally, he's pretty decent. Composure 16 is quite exciting. Dribbling of 18 is the best. He's literally just give him the ball, let him take people on. I spent £20 million on him. And that's kind of like the level I'm beginning to expect now for sort of squad players, because he's not my first choice. I'll get onto him in a minute. But he's, very good. I've got 3 more to show you, including Luis Maximiano, a player we have had on the channel before because he used to be Sporting Lisbon's, or Sporting's goalkeeper. He made 95 appearances, only conceded 59 goals. He has got plenty of pedigree. 25 years old, valued at £32.5 million. I bought him for £27 million. He is the most expensive signing that we made during the window, but not necessarily the best. He's conceded 8 and 5 already. Ignore that, because he needs a settled defence in front of him. But everywhere you look, he's brilliant. Reflexes, one-on-ones, area reach, all of those stick out. At 6'3", he's obviously very tall. He's very physical. He's got good mentals as well. Very pleased. And he'll probably be replacing Woodman in goal, which seems a little harsh on Freddie, but he's just that next tier, just that next step above. It was a tough decision deciding which player I should show first out of the penultimate 2, but I've gone, and I kid you not, Jude Bellingham Jude Bellingham is at Brentford. He is on loan from Dortmund. I have got an eye on signing him next year. I believe there is a clause in the contract for around about 34 million for me to sign him or so, but I'll double check that. But Jude Bellingham is here. Jude Bellingham is here. We know how much I like Jude Bellingham. We know how great he is. He's physically amazing. He's mentally amazing. And technically, he's pretty damn good as well. He's already made a very good start. He's got 2 goals and 5 appearances for me. He's been just breathtaking. He can play anywhere in the midfield, anywhere on the wings. He could probably play up front or in goal if I wanted him to. And he'd still be amazing. I'm so happy he's here. It's cost me £1.7 million to actually loan him in, so it's quite expensive. But this man is the one who I think could take us to that next level. To the glory, to glory, basically. That man is Stefan Willems. Now, Willems, listed as a wonder kid, cannot tell you how good he is. Cannot tell you how good he is. Yes, he could be slightly quicker, but other than that, mentally, fantastic. There's actually not one attribute in there I wouldn't want to be, that I would change. They're absolutely insane. And then I look at the technicals, dribbling 14, finishing 17, first touch 17, technique 18, work rate 16. He's just perfect. He's just the perfect striker. And he's made a very good start to the season as well. How much did I sign this man for? £20 million. It would not surprise me one day if we're looking at selling him for 200 million. And that is literally no word of a lie. But what am I going to do now with such a big squad and well-rounded squad? Apparently I can get 11th, which is the highest we've been kind of predicted in the season start or in the season preview. Since I got up, to be fair, we've always been in the relegation zone. We've made a massive jump up to 11th now. I think he's beginning to believe. The top 6 are the top 6. They stay where they are. Southampton randomly managed to get themselves into 7th. But you can tell the likes of the players I'm up against. Look at the lineup here. Like City alone, they've got Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Camavinga, Laporta. It's ridiculous. And we have made a semi-decent start, although we didn't on the first day, I will tell you that. We got beaten by Watford 3-1 away from home. Water bottles were thrown. I wasn't happy. We then drew with Everton 2-2 after being 2-0 down, which was slightly better. A little unlucky to lose away at the Etihad against City. We were 1-1 for a really long time. Then they managed us to get a second goal for a bit of Kylian Mbappe magic. Then beat Wickham in the Carabao Cup second round before beating Tottenham at home and then Birmingham away. And today we are taking on Chelsea, who are currently top of the table. Actually, I tell a lie. They were top of the table. They have the chance to go back top of the table. They were top of the table a minute ago. They've got a goal difference of 17 already in 5 games. This is going to be horrible. But this is the team that we got lining up at present that seems to have turned things around in the last few weeks or so. Maximiano is in goal, and you got Henry, Van Hudson, Gebby, and Soufal. That's the back foot. Actually, you know what? Do I do it? Yeah, Soufal's been in really good form, actually. Samaris and Danilo are the 2 in the middle. Darame's on the left. He's actually equally our best rated player at the moment. Bellingham's in the middle. Elliott is on the right. And, of course, Willems is leading the line up front. Looking at their team, they've got some fabulous players. Thiago Thomas up front has got off to an absolute blinding start to the season. But I'm going to say I think we can beat them here. I fancy us to turn over quite a lot of teams at the Brentford Community Stadium. We're yet to really get a proper scalp in this save, if you know what I mean. Like a kind of proper, no one expected us to win that and we've come out of nowhere and done it thing. I'm hoping that today might be that day. Theo Hernandez gets to the byline, chips it to the back post, and Tammy Abraham heads over. Abraham always scores against me on this bloody game. God, Chelsea have really got me pinned in here. I don't think we've even been out of our half yet. As Gavin Birch tries to find Thiago Thomas. Come on, boys. Let's just build something from the back. Maximiano out to Van Hudson, who's having a bit of a rejuvenation in the team at the moment as Darame moves forward on the ball. Go on, Mo. Darame with space to run into. Lovely run by the young Dane. Darame. That's a foul. Reece James comes clattering through the back of him. That's definitely a foul. Brilliant from Darame. He went from out to in, all the way on the left-hand side, over to the right-hand side of the box, and then got clattered over. And yeah, I was going to say, that definitely looked like a penalty for me. James got absolutely nowhere near the ball. Why is Vlad Soufal taking the penalty? What? Vlad Soufal scored it. I have no idea why he was taking it, but he scored it. Thank God for that. No idea why he's taking it. Soufal on the ball, throws it into Elliott. We've been very comfortable since we took the lead. There's been no more highlights as Soufal gets back on the ball, whips it in towards the back post. Darame heads over the bar. He's having a really, really good start to the season, is Durame. As is Vlad Soufal, who obviously is looking to kind of show why he's still the number one defender around here, even if he does want to leave. Well, 1-0 at the break. Been very, very impressive, to be fair. I can't really have asked for more. We've been defensively really solid. Chelsea haven't offered a lot. We've had one penalty. We've taken it. Pretty happy, to be fair. The only thing that's annoying me is the green screen. Gravenberch finds Reece James out on the right. This could be dodgy. James whips in. There's Callum Hudson-Odoi. The two Englishmen combined. It's a decent finish by Hudson-Odoi. All credit goes to James for the assist. Rightly so, actually, in all fairness. It's a great finish. It's been really good. Williams is playing at 6.3. Make it a 6.2. That's not a way to ingratiate yourself to everyone. But he has this habit of not playing very well, but still scoring big goals. He's done it a couple of times now. Danilo into Williams. Back to Danilo. Durame's in on goal. Durame! Brilliant save by Onana. Unlucky there from Durame. Lovely play, actually, in and around the box. We moved it really, really well. And that's more what I want to see from Williams. Link up that play. Get it working. I mean, I'd take a 1-1. I'd take a 1-1 against Chelsea. It's not the best result, but it's also definitely not the worst we could have had. When you look at it, it's been a very even game. We didn't used to take points from these sort of... Even Usek whips it in. Oh no, don't do this. Onana claims it. Don't let Chelsea go off and get a winner. Gebbie, good header into Sumare. Sumare, ball to Durame. Go on, mate. You've been really good today. Durame down the line to Eddie Nketiah. Nice! Yes! Durame with the assist. Brilliant. Love that. Oh, it's bad by Onana. He's been caught out at his near post. It's a really poor bit of goalkeeping. But my word, is that a great bit of play there. Great from Durame and Nketiah. It's just lethal. Great finish. Catches Onana completely unawares. Don't do this. Mount whips the ball in. 2-2. There's been 2 goals in extra time. I thought we'd won it. All we had to do was survive 90 seconds. I mean, we've done well to avoid defeat, but... Did it really need 6 minutes of injury time? Probably not. So Elliott's out for 2 weeks and Danilo is out for essentially a week. So, I mean, that side of things isn't brilliant. But ultimately, it's a good point. It's a good point. And we've had a harder start than most, to be fair. When you look at the teams we've already played Spurs, we've already played City, and now we've already played Chelsea. So we've got the other 3 of the big 6 coming up soon with Liverpool away, then United at home, and then Arsenal away. We'll come back for Newcastle at home and Liverpool away, actually, I think, because we've seen a lot of United and Arsenal towards the back end of last season. So we'll do the home game against Newcastle, the away game at Anfield, where no doubt we'll get punished against Liverpool. But between now and then, we've got some pretty winnable fixtures. Hopefully we can turn it around there and just keep chugging away, keep just picking up the odd point here and there, especially away from home. You know, it's good that we finally got an away win against Birmingham. We need to follow that up with away wins against Southampton and Norwich, because they are games I do expect us to at least be getting a point out of, if not all 3. So thank you very much for watching today's episode of my FM21 Brentford save. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, drop a like on the video. Let me know what you think of my signings down in the comment section below. And until I see you for another episode, take care of yourselves, everyone.